why the UAE and Dubai is crashing London house prices. There is a mass exodus from London to the UAE, and that is crashing the housing market and the economy in London and the UK. And Chelsea is down 15.1% in the last 12 months. It's back to 2013 prices. It's had 30 months of continuous decline. That's also, by the way, Kensington. Prime central London is in freefall. Mayfair has crashed over 40%. And in Q1 of 2025, 1% of London, the buying market, were overseas buyers or investors. And that was 8% in 2009. And in 2009, Russians and UAE, Saudi money was flooding into London and pushing the prices up. Now there's a mass exodus. They're leaving for the UAE, which is just developing everywhere. In a previous episode, I listed the following tax rates in Dubai. Income tax 0%, national insurance 0%, VAT 5%, corp tax 0%, capital gain 0%, inheritance tax 0%, property tax 2% for the buyer, 2% for the seller. Why would you stay in the UK when income tax is 45%, national insurance is 15%, VAT is 20%, corporation tax is 25%, capital gains tax is 28%, inheritance tax is 40%, and property taxes are 12%. And sometimes people say to me, oh yeah, but Rob, that's only for the higher brackets. Well, pretty much everyone in London is now in the higher bracket. London used to be the central hub to come in for, global tax haven, for buying real estate, for protecting and hiding and growing your wealth. It used to be the fintech destination of the world. People all over the world wanted to send their children to a London private school. And now everyone's just leaving. The property market has absolutely crashed. Now, some people say to me when I do my lives on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, and they blow up with people saying, oh, this biggest crash in history. This recession warning stuff you're going on about, Rob, it's just sensationalism. The market hasn't crashed, it won't crash, it hasn't crashed in my area. Well, it's only because I think it's being suppressed by the media. I mean, imagine if you're running the UK, do you want there to be a global advert that London is crashing and that central prime is down 40% or more? No. So, sure, some areas are probably a bit delayed and they're yet to crash. But we probably have seen one of the biggest crashes in history in London. I don't remember a time ever when Mayfair fell 40% in a few years, where Kensington and Chelsea fell 15% in 12 months, where prices went back and rewound 12 years, where we had 30 continuous months of decline. I don't remember that ever. I don't know if any of you do. Let me know in the comments if you do. Now, by the way, it gets a lot worse. So we've got this mass exodus of millionaires and billionaires. 3 of the top richest billionaires in the UK have left. 16,500 millionaires will leave the UK this year. And if that's every year and doesn't go up, which it will go up, that's more than 100,000 millionaires will leave the UK by 2030. The top 1% of earners pay the top 30% in tax. The top 10% of earners pay nearly the top 70% in tax. That's all now going to have to get passed on to the working class and the small business owners that, are the lifeblood of the UK economy, so they're going to get penalised anymore. I would just like to stop and do a party political broadcast and say, Labour, what are you f***ing doing? Are you watching what's going on in this country? Are you seeing all the millionaires and billionaires leaving? Why are you increasing taxes further? Why are you talking about increasing taxes in the budget? Why are you talking about a wealth tax? What are you doing? Oh, unemployment just went up, highest in 4 years. Well, that's because you put tax on employers up. Anyway, it gets worse because stamp duty in the UK is 12% at the top rate. So why would anyone want to buy a house in London and pay 120 grand plus in tax? But for overseas buyers, it's 14.5%. So there's no VAT exemption. So buying anything in the UK is really expensive because you've got to add 20% on coming in this country. If you want to buy any property here, you've got to add 14.5% stamp duty. The non-dom tax regime has been scrapped, so there's no tax breaks or benefits for coming in the UK. Oh, and there's rising crime, and you'll probably get knifed and murdered in front of your wife and your children for your Rolex. Here's what Dubai did instead. 0% income tax, 0% global income tax, so you can earn money anywhere else and pay nothing in Dubai. Very low land and property taxes, like 2% compared to 12. Safest country probably in the world, virtually no crime. Golden visas, which means anyone can pretty much relocate, very easy. They're running ads everywhere, wherever I scroll on Instagram, whenever I'm on the train in the underground, whenever I'm on a plane looking at the in-flight entertainment. All I see are adverts. Oh, you live in the UK. Come to Dubai, golden visa. Oh, and you're going to be a creator. Oh, well, then we'll help you with a studio. You want to be a podcaster, we'll support you in creating content. And you pay virtually nothing in tax. And if you want to earn 10 grand a month in the UK, you have to earn 205 grand a year. If you want to earn 10 grand a month in Dubai, you have to earn 120 grand a year, nearly half. Now, look, you've got a few choices here. Leave, but the problem for many people is they can't. They've got family here. They've got their assets here. They've got their pension here. They've got their properties here. They work here. They live here. They've got ties here. They can't afford to. A lot of people cannot afford to leave the UK. The millionaires and billionaires can. It's just an inconvenience. Oh, okay, I'll just move to Dubai then. But I just think what Dubai and some of these other countries are doing is really clever. They're like TikTok nicking all of Facebook's staff. So TikTok came and disrupted Facebook and disrupted content and made the ability for anyone to go viral, and then nicked all of Facebook's staff and TikTokified social media. And that's what Dubai's doing to London and the UK. So anyway, you do have some solutions. Solution number one, start a business. Because if you start a business, you can start chipping away at that tax. You can claim some VAT back. You can get your corporation tax down. You can draw less income and run more expenses through your company. You know, your laptop, your phone. By the way, you always need to get good tax advice on this, but many things that you're buying after tax, you could be paying and buying and having your company own it. If your company buys it, it probably costs you half or less. If you have to buy it personally and draw income, it probably costs you double or more. You can actually own some cars in LLPs, for example. All of your hardware and software and subscriptions could be potentially owned in a business. A lot of your education and further development could potentially be covered, the costs of covered in a business. So when you start a company, all of a sudden, you're paid first. When you're employed, you're paid last. It really actually angers me, and I think it's wrong, but like I don't pay my staff first, and I want to pay my staff first. I would rather pay my staff first, and then they can sort out their taxes. But my staff work for 30 days in arrears, and then I have to pay the government first, and then I give my staff what's left. And I don't think that's right, but that's how it's set up. So the government are always paid first. But when you own a business, you draw in all the income, you pay your VAT quarterly, you pay your corporation tax delayed, you pay your income tax even further delayed. And so you've got a chance to get your corp tax down, control how much income you draw, claim all your reliefs, so make sure you've got enough people working for you and claiming their reliefs. There's about 12 main tax reliefs. So start a company, start a lean company, and work out what these 12 main tax reliefs are. Here's the weird paradox. It's like having a narcissistic girlfriend or boyfriend. A narcissistic girlfriend or boyfriend kind of loves you, but kind of hates you. And as an entrepreneur, the government are the same. They need us. We generate all the revenue. The private sector generate all the revenue. Small business owners are 55% of the economy. People who employ and run businesses pay for the entire public sector. So the government need us, but they don't want us making too much money. They don't, so they confuse us and they overwhelm us and they baffle us and they scare us with a 17,000 page tax code. So you need to learn how to get your tax bill down and learn what the legitimate tax breaks are and learn what the right asset classes are for you to get the right tax breaks. And this is why in my Moneymaker Summit, I've actually added in a private, almost 2-hour tax-saving masterclass within the Moneymaker Summit. And you can just find the dates, the details, and the information at robmoore.live/MMS. US. I'm staying and fighting it out in the UK. I'm not quitting and giving up. I mean, if they put a world tax on, that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back, but I'm staying on fighting it out. So I'll see you at Moneymaker Summit Live. Thanks for tuning in. And if you don't risk anything, you risk everything. Over and out.